What's good, everyone? It's your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, man. We already know. Got a good one from, Miss Deshawn Denise. She says, the older woman says it's too expensive to live today. Whoa. We already knew this was coming, you know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real out here. We already knew that this was coming. So, what we're going to do too, we're going to dive off into it a little bit. Let's see what the sister got to say. And we're going to go from there, real talk.
Y'all. Someone is saying that it's too expensive to live. Anxious older adults try to cope with limited budgets. That's concerning. It should be a concerning and a message to younger people right now, especially when we see so many single women, but all women, right? I can do it by myself. I don't need no help. I don't care. I got it all going on. I got all business. All that foolishness, y'all already know. People, I swear to you, act like they not gonna get older. It's a blessing to get older. Shout out to me, okay? That is the goal. The goal is not to be dead at 20 anything.
Right.
To be red rum, deleted, self-deletion, whatever, okay?
And that's part of what's going on nowadays with this generation here we dealing with here. Nobody's thinking about getting old. Nobody understands what that really means. And, that's gonna start slapping you people in the face very soon around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get older faster than you were younger. I'm just being honest with you. I mean, when you get older faster than you were younger, you get the fucking point. You know what I'm saying? But, and that's a serious situation because a lot of you people out there are not going to have relatives and loved ones that are going to be there to have your back because, at the end of the day, especially how y'all moving out here and treating people, ain't nobody going to want to be around you motherfuckers. For real. Ain't nobody gonna want to take care of you when you get old. Ain't nobody gonna want to do that because of the way y'all done treated people. That's why you gotta watch how you treat people in this world, man. For real, my father always told me you never know who you need before you leave this world, man. That's why you gotta treat people the way that you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going.
This is the goal, is to be old. Just FYI, all right? I'm not offended at all. I'm just saying. Some people don't look at it that way. People, I think that they're going to be 20-something forever. Then you see the walls, shout out to Kevin Samuels, with the 30-somethings, and they're like, oh my God. And they start to realize, I think, right? So this article is saying economic insecurity is upending the lives of millions of older adults as soaring housing costs and inflation diminish the value of fixed incomes. This is not something that's new to us. We talked about it. We talked about the housing crisis, the eviction crisis, the student loan, like all these crises, COVID, gas. Come on now. Everything's going up but the money, right? What else could it be? How many videos have I shown where the people are getting kicked out after living someplace rented for 22 years?
Right.
Even if you got your own home. It's crazy. I can believe this, but it's still shocking to see. Across the country, seniors who until recently successfully managed limited budgets on growing more anxious and distressed are growing. Some lost work during the COVID-19 pandemic. Others are encountering unaffordable rent increases and the prospect of losing their homes. We already know about that, right? Still others are suffering significant sticker shock at the grocery store. Child, this the time to eat less and lose some weight. If ever there was
Hey, I just made groceries today, bro. I'm trying to tell you. They not playing around in these grocery stores. They are not playing around. I just made groceries today, bro. They are not playing around in these grocery stores, man. This shit is getting expensive for real, though. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want good quality food, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, there's different grocery stores. There's places you can go, for discounts and things like that, though. But if you a person that wants good quality food in your household, you gonna spend a little money, man. Like, let's just keep this real.
Time. They're gonna right, y'all. To eat less and lose some daggone weight, it will be now, okay? Stop eating out. Applebee's and Friendlies and whatever else there is, and eat at home. Cook some
learn
food,
how to cook.
Get some fresh food. Get some
learn
vegetables.
How to cook.
Get some daggone fruits, right? I'm not talking about these older people. I'm talking about the younger people. Dozens of older adults are struggling with these challenges, none poor by government standards, wrote to me after I featured the Elder Eldix, a measure of the cost of aging. I have to look at that later. That tool developed suggests that 54% of older women who live alone have incomes below what's needed to pay for essential expenses. Let me read that again, okay? It says, let me read from the beginning. That tool, developed by researchers at the Gerontology Institute at the University of Massachusetts, Boston,
that's for old folks now,
suggests that 54% of older women who live alone have incomes below what's needed to pay for essential expenses. For single men, the figure is 45%. So here's another stat where women are leading, okay? In the older years, living alone, not having enough money to live off of, okay? So this person then tried to, he spoke to 3 women who wanted to be talked to. So the first one is Betty. Come on, Betty. After 33 years living in my apartment, okay? Apartment. You know, I know a lot of people just think, you know, I'm gonna just rent. Rent. I'm not gonna own nothing. Okay.
No. This is the deal. Own. This is the deal right here. No, that is not what you want to do. You don't want to rent forever. Please, you don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. If you rent forever, you will end up in this type of situation right here. You need to own a home. You need to have some type of stability, like in order to really get old in life. You know, just renting an apartment for that's not gonna work, bro. That's not gonna work. You need to own something.
I will have to move since the new owners of the building are renovating all apartments and charging rents of over $1,800 to $2,500 a month, which I can't afford. Cohen, 79, has been distraught since learning that the owners of her Towson, Maryland apartment complex are raising rents precipitously as they upgrade units. Kind of makes sense. If you're going to upgrade the building, then you're going to have to increase the rent. Just like if you change anything in any type of product to make it better, you're not going to charge the same price. You're going to freaking increase.
That's just the same as like buying a home. You know what I'm saying? And once you purchase the home, after a certain number of years, you do upgrades and renovations and stuff like that. That adds to the property value of the home. So you can sell the home for a lot more than what you actually paid for it, because you've done renovations, you've done upgrades, new appliances, new paint jobs, or maybe a full remodel, change the whole the plan of the house itself around or something like that. Like, you know, but it's gonna be worth way more value in equity than, you know, talking about an apartment that you don't own. Like, no, it's
increase it. That's like common sense, right? Blah, 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 blah. She pays $989 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment with a terrace. That, woo, child, $989. Whoo! A similar apartment has been redone recently, went on the market for $1,900. This is a national trend affecting all age groups as landlords respond to high demand. Rent hikes this year have reached 9.2%. We've been talking about this. People have been talking about this in the news and stuff for at least, even before COVID, honestly. But obviously COVID made it worse. Cohen has been told that her lease will be canceled, at the end of June, and that she'll be charged $1,200 a month until it's time for the apartment to be refurbished and for her to vacate the premises. That's right, you got to get out of here. So if you take a look at the picture, I don't know if you can see. You see these cabinets? Grade F. It's grade F. It's not even no upgrade. Look at the color back here of the daggone. The ceiling and the walls and everything. Basic, y'all. It's basic, okay? No upgrade here at all. She said, the devastation, I cannot tell you. 33 years of living in one place let you know I'm a very boring person. Okay. But I'm also a very practical, stable person. I never in a million years would have thought something like this would happen to me. Kevin Samuels not warned about this stuff? I'm not talking about her, but has Kevin Samuel not warned people about this? Women in particular, try to tell them, try to give them the information, try to let them know how it works. Finance, finance that a lot of women just don't know about. Okay. Betty, sorry for your luck, child. During a long career, Cohen worked at a risk manager for department stores and as an insurance agent. She retired in 2007. Today, her monthly income is $24.26 a month, $18.51 from Social Security after payments for Medicare Part B are taken out, $308 from an individual retirement, and $267 from a small pension. In addition to rent, Cohen estimates she spends $200 to $240 a month on food, $165 on phone and internet, $25 on Medicare Advantage premiums, $20 on dental, $22 for gas, and $100 or more for incidentals.
Damn.
That doesn't include non-routine expenses such as partial dentures that Cohen needs. She guesses they'll cost $1,200, or hearing aids that she purchased several years ago for $3,400. Drawing on a small savings account, if forced to relocate, Cohen estimates moving costs will top $1,000. Cohen has looked for apartments in her area, but many are smaller buildings without elevators and not readily accessible to someone with severe arthritis, which she has. One-bedroom units are renting for $1,200.
And this is the thing right here, people. This is the thing. What's going on here with this situation right here? The world is not built for older people to be alone. I'm just being honest with you, man. It's not. It's not. Society's not built that way. It's not moved that way. It's just not, man. You get older, man, if you don't have people that you can depend upon, you're gonna be shit out of luck out here, bro. For real. That's just real life.
100 and up, not including utilities. There are places that you rent that includes utilities still, which might be an additional 200 or more. Waiting list for senior homes top 2 years. I'm miserable, Cohen said. I'm waking up in the middle of the night a lot of times because my brain won't shut off. Everything is so overwhelming. So instead of sitting around here trying to bully people who are talking on YouTube, these women might want to get into reading these articles and recognize what it is and what it might be going forward instead of worrying about getting on Kendra's show. But maybe that is the answer so they could try to find a husband or something. Because you could be single and independent and starting a business, but that might not last forever. I'm just saying. So then there's Carrie. It's becoming too expensive to be alive. I've lost everything and break down on a daily basis because I do not know how I can continue to survive with the cost of living. England, 61. So she younger than the 79-year-old and she might not want to be alive. Thought she'd grow old in a 3-bedroom home in Winchester, Virginia that she said she purchased with her partner in 1999, but that dream exploded in January 2021. Around that time, England learned to her surprise that her name was not on the deed of the house she'd been living in.
Damn.
WTF? What? How
Hell
did I
no.
notice?
Hell no.
Did I not say that women don't know about finance and credit and banking and all those types?
That's bad business right there. Oh my goodness, that's bad. Yo man, your name not even on the deed? Oh man. Oh my goodness, that's bad. That's very bad. To all you people out there that don't know anything about that, that is very bad. That's like your name not being on the lease at the apartment that you're staying in. You don't technically stay there. I'm just being honest with you, goddammit. Like, that's very bad.
Like things. How do you not know your name is not on the deed? If you sit down at a table at a closing, it's there in front of you. What is going on? She had thought that had been arranged, and she contacted a legal aid lawyer hoping to recover money she put into the property. Without proof of ownership, the lawyer told her she didn't have a leg to stand on.
Right.
Y'all, this is crazy. My nest was the house. It's gone. It was my investment, my peace of mind, England told me. England's story is complicated. She and her partner ended their long-time romantic relationship in 2009, but continued living together as friends. I'm going to go ahead and assume these are 2 women. That changed during the pandemic when he stopped working. All right. So they said that they would stay together to live for living purposes, okay? So I was wrong, my bad. When he stopped working, and England's work as a caterer and hospitality specialist abruptly ended. So it was COVID. His personality changed a lot, she said, and I started encountering emotional abuse, Trying to cope, England enrolled in Medicaid and arranged for 8 sessions with a therapist specializing in domestic abuse. Those ended in November 2021, and she hasn't been able to find another therapist since. If I wasn't so worried about my housing situation, I think I could process and work through all the things that have happened. So she's having a tough time, of course. So she's now saying it's domestic abuse because the man's personality changed. Okay, so she said it's emotional abuse. So you can't tell him to STFU and go on about your life so you can figure it out. Like, I'm confused by this, but to each his own, child, to each his own. After moving out of her home in early 2021, England relocated to Virginia, where she rents an apartment for $1,511. Yeesh, y'all, these prices. Thank you, Lord. She thought wrongfully that she would qualify for assistance from Loudoun County with utilities and trash removal included. The monthly total exceeds $1,700. On an income of about $2,000 a month, which she scrambles to maintain by picking up gig work whenever she can, England has less than $300 available for everything else. Y'all, that's crazy. Oh my God. She has no savings. I do not have a life. I do not do anything other than try to find work, go to work, and go home. Woo. England knows her housing costs are unsustainable, and she has put her name on more than a dozen waiting lists for affordable housing. She waiting for Section 8, y'all. And we all know how long that wait is. Even though I do think we've said that the senior citizens should have first
dibs on. Yes.
But that's a whole different story.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Senior citizens in that type of situation should have first dibs on it. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? If you able to work and you get out here, man, you work. It is what it is.
But there's little chance you'll see progress on that front anytime soon. If I were a younger person, I think I would be able to rebound from all the difficulties I'm having, she told me. I just never foresaw myself being in this situation at the age I am now. So if this is not a time and an opportunity for some of these, I can do it all by myself, independents, to take a look at what they really doing and what it means further down the road, then this is the daggone time. This is an article that they need to be taking a look at. These women thought it was going on. They not in a I'm an independent type thing. The woman thought that her name was on a deed. How, Sway? How? And then she said the dude was given emotional abuse, so she had to go get a counselor. Girl, he could have been abusing himself over in that other room together. You paid his half, okay? And let's get it done, period. Because you ain't got nowhere to go and neither do I. That's it, that's all. So now we got Elaine. Whew. Please help. I just turned 65 and am disabled on disability. All right, kind of. This is a different situation, though. If somebody's disabled, it's a different situation as far as I'm concerned, okay? My husband is on Social Security and we cannot even afford to buy groceries. This is not what I have in mind for the golden years. When asked about her troubles, Raw 65 talks about a tornado that swept through Central Florida on Groundhog Day in 2007, destroying her home. Too late, she learned her insurance coverage wasn't adequate and wouldn't replace most of her belongings.
Wow. Damn. See, though, that also goes down. I'm sorry, and I'm got to tell y'all people out there, that also goes down to the regions that you choose to live in, of the parts of the United States, whether or not hurricanes go there or earthquakes or things like that. That depends on, how, the type of insurance you need to get for your home and stuff like that, because of those situations that do go on in these areas with these natural disasters, basically. So, yeah, it's a lot that go into putting down roots and figuring things out and stuff like that. Yeah, you end up in situations like this. This is crazy, though. This is wide open.
Y'all can have Florida. You heard? No.
Yeah, I ain't big on. I wouldn't sell in Florida neither.
Hurricane insurance, regular flood insurance. If you need to have PMI insurance, like you should be insured up in Florida of all places. You just never know what's going to happen down in Florida. You're surrounded by water. It be warm. It riles the ocean up and all that other. There could be a tsunami in Florida as far as I'm concerned. I'm just saying, I don't wish it on them, but I'm just saying, you can have Florida, y'all. To make ends meet, Ross started working 2 jobs as a hairdresser and a customer service rep at a convenience store with her new husband, Douglas Ross. So she got a man, y'all. She got a man, a machinist. She purchased a new home. Recovery seemed possible. Okay, so this was after the 2007 incident. Then Elaine Ross fell twice over several years, breaking her leg, and ended up having 3 hip replacements.
Damn.
trying to manage diabetes and be set by pain. Ross quit working in 2016 and applied for SSDI, which now pays her $9.19 a month. Whew. She doesn't have a pension. Douglas stopped working in 2019, no longer able to handle the demands of his job because of a bad back. He too doesn't have a pension. With Douglas's Social Security payment of $1,051 a month, the couple lived on just over $23,600 annually. Their meager savings evaporated with various emergency expenditures, and they sold their home. So this picture, it says, is her son and his wife. That's all it says. Their rent in Empire, Alabama, where they live now, is $540, y'all. $540 a month. Other regular expenses include $200 a month for their truck and gas, $340 for Medicare Part B, $200 for electricity, $100 for medication, $70 for phone, and hundreds of dollars Ross didn't offer a precise estimate for food. All this inflation is just killing us, she said. So when people talking about like politicians and all these people on like Sunday morning shows, oh, we're not in a recession yet. Oh, we don't know if we're in a recession yet. I think that we are, but you got people out there that want to make people.
Man, them folks be lying to everybody, man. And you know, and I get it, okay, to a small degree. You know, nobody wants to start a panic and all this other type of crap, which is crazy. You know, and we can clearly see that, you know, saying we got motherfucking problems out here. You know, it's crazy though. It's crazy. It's serious, man. This is a serious situation right here. This is real talk, serious stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to know where we at in the country, for real.
Think that everything is okay, so they can go ahead and keep spending.
Cause this is some of y'all grandmothers out here. This is some of y'all, you know, great aunts and aunties and stuff like that. This is, you know, this is some of y'all family members in these conditions right here. You know, this is dead serious. You know, the world not set up for older people. You know, and not anymore at least, because you know, back in the day when people used to get old, the family took care of them. They, you know, they had their own little land and stuff, and you know, everybody stayed on that land. They also died on that land and were buried on that land. So I mean, you know, a lot of expenses wasn't necessarily super expensive like there are nowadays, because they were growing their own food, had all the resources right immediately around them, except for other little things, maybe some flowers, some stuff like that. They had to go to the store in town and shit. But you know, nowadays, you know, it's not set up to take care of older people anymore, because young people are doing so much. They trying to live their own lives and stuff like that. Nobody's focusing on family anymore, and that's a part of family aspect and dynamic, is taking care of your elders who took care of you when you didn't even know that you was on the damn planet. I mean, I'm just being real. So, you know, and this is the case. This is what's going on out here. You know, a lot of older people are being left out to dry in their older years. Instead of the family coming together, you know, you pulling y'all resources together how they used to. Because I mean, to be honest with you, man, you got, you know, and see, another problem with that is none of you motherfucking idiots can get along with each other anymore.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Obviously not a damn thing. Y'all can't get along with each other no more. See, that's part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? As family, you gonna have to get along, because if let's say if they was to really pool their resources, get a place that's big enough for, you know, his mom and her husband, they got their own little side of the house, and you have your own little side of the house, y'all pulling those resources, stuff like that, y'all would be able to live good though, seriously. I'm just being honest with it. Y'all would be able to live good, you know what I'm saying? Live just right above surviving, even better than that. You know, if y'all actually put forth, you know, the proper effort and the discipline that it takes to, you know, maneuver the funds the right way. But yeah, it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy out here. You know, family needs each other. That's the reason why ain't nobody making it nowhere no more, because y'all abandoning family, which is the whole backbone, the whole purpose, the whole reason why we even were making it this far in life as humans in the first damn place.
Especially, you know what I'm saying? Now,
like,
during the season, spend that money, okay? And we'll tell y'all it's a recession in early 2023 or mid. We'll see. But trust, we already in one. To cut costs, Ross has been turning off the air conditioning during peak hours for electricity rates, 1 to 7 p.m. Despite summer temperatures in the 90s or higher, I sweat like a bullet and try to wear the least amount of clothes possible. Y'all, come on now. Come on now. People need to be thinking about the future like this. You know, if you don't think you're going to, you know, like I said.
You got to think about it too. When elderly people get overheated or get too cold, they will perish. They will perish behind that. That's dead, man. That's serious. That's real serious. They will perish behind that. Especially, you know, like living in Florida, it already gets hot and you can't run the AC properly, and sit up in that heat at them older ages and stuff. Man. Nah, man. They will perish behind that. Seriously.
The goal is to be old, but if people don't think they're gonna get there, I guess it don't matter. But I think some women need to take these stories into account right now, because no one seems to be able to see into the future, and this is a magnifying glass.
And that's part of the problem.
Future.
That's part of the problem nowadays. You people out there don't want to look into the future anymore. You know what I'm saying? You think it's all gloom and doom, and it's only gloom and doom because you motherfuckers don't want to act right and get your shit together and pull your resources together in order to have the family that you're supposed to have, in order to have your back in hard times. That's what that shit is for. I mean, you know, it makes complete common sense to me, but you know, it's kind of hard talking to some of these lames on this planet, man. Like, seriously.
She said, it's awful. I know I'm not the only old person in this situation, but it pains me that I've lived my whole life doing all the right things to be in the situation I'm in. So that's it. That's all. But still, that's crazy. I swear to you, I think people just don't think that, you know, anything changes. You're going to be 20 some odd years old forever, 30 some odd years old forever. Right. Don't think about, like, what are you going to do when you do get to the elderly years? What is the money that you have saved? What is your housing situation? Do you own anything? Like, you can't depend on your kids. They got their own lives. They got their own families. I'm sure they will help. But then you don't want a man, you don't need a man, you don't want to get married and all that type stuff. So what is the plan? You can't wait until you get to be 70 in order to come up and formulate a plan, as evidenced here by the 60.
Hey, it just is what it is out here. It just is what it is out here. And see, that's the whole point, going back to what I was talking about building family, about building that surrounding you to take care of you at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Just like how the mafia used to do, you know what I'm saying? They built that structure which protected them at the same time, you know? Like, y'all people out here don't understand how this shit really works, man. Life ain't built for a bunch of you dingbats to be running around here talking about I'm strong and independent and I'm single. Who gonna take care of your old ass? Who gonna take care of your old ass? Seriously. It's time for a lot of y'all to grow up out there, man, and it's time for y'all to get on the ball with it immediately. You know, living life like that, man, without any true family, and then, you know, you get to these ages and stuff, and you know, like, did you hear Mr. Niece reading all this off? These, you know, the woman with 2 hip replacements and diabetes and all that stuff pop up when you get older in life. You're not gonna be this young, healthy titan your whole life. Eventually, life is gonna come for you, and it's gonna kick your motherfucking ass. And if you ain't put in the proper work and due diligence to have the proper family foundation, man, you gonna be out there, old by yourself. The world ain't built for old people, man, unless they put in the proper foundation to have it already, you know, sustained for them like that. The world ain't built for old people. But it is what it is, though, man. Shout out to all my subscribers out there, man. Mad love to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all taking something good away from this right here. This is facts, you know what I'm saying? I know this firsthand, dealing with my family about how things really like this works, you know, as far as dealing with older people, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm taking care of elders now. So, you know, yeah. It is what it is, man. Y'all need to understand this is very serious. This is very serious. For a lot of you people, man, you know, especially y'all come from these fucked up families and stuff like that, man, y'all not gonna have a lot of people to have your back when you get up in age like that. Man, y'all need to be trying to figure this shit out ASAP. But yeah, Like I say though, shout out to all my subscribers. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button, that like button, share button. If you need to, please do so. You know what I'm saying? Thank you at all times. And like I always say about this time, my friends, that, my friends, is the bottom line.